Hi and welcome, I'm Tom, your host, and this is the Dropcast Movie Poster Podcast. And this is a special edition I have for you today, and that means we're going to talk about the Moore Art Gallery. It's going to be a bunch of people on, you will see in a second, and we will talk about the latest releases they had, how the start was, and all the fun stuff that comes with leading a gallery. So stay tuned, head over to our Instagram profile at DropMacOfficial to follow along with the art that we are talking about, or check us out on YouTube for the video version. So, hello everybody. Wave.
Hi.
Hello.
You need to wave now. Exactly, perfect. Now it looks like an official. What's his name? Who voices Olaf?
Josh Gad.
Josh Gad, exactly. Yeah, Josh Gad. It's basically like this reunion things he does. It kind of feels like this now. So it's like basically like a reunion. We have seen each other before in one or another way. And let's start out with who you guys are. We're going to start out with Mark, who's in the top left corner there. So, Mark.
Hi, I'm Mark Levy. I'm illustrator based out of the UK. And I had the fortunate, the luck of doing a Stranger Things poster for the Printing in Blood book. And it was great fun. And he even got to go to the book signing in London, which was brilliant.
That's great.
I
Yeah,
met a few of these lovely people here as well.
Yeah, we were going to jump into that. We're like the focus on your art in a little bit. But next up is going to be James, who is also the boss, the big boss.
Yep. My name's Big Boss. I'm co-director of Moore Art Gallery with Keir Young, who can't be here sadly today, because he's on holiday.
Yeah,
so
it makes you big boss.
That makes me Big Boss for one day. Yeah. But yeah, I also had art in the exhibition as well. So I kind of like put out one piece as well as getting these lovely group of people together.
Yeah, and then we're gonna have another member of this start out of this of the Moore Art Gallery, and that's Ryan. Ryan, how are you doing, man?
Hi, that is me. Yes, I am Ryan. Ryan is I. My name is Ryan Shoemate. I draw things. I don't really know. I'm not a big boss.
But you're colorful, right?
I do love colors. Yeah. No, I've kind of stepped into the illustration world just in the past few years, and know all of these lovely people as well, and just kind of slowly making my way into this world and navigating it. But yeah, it's been a great honor to join Moore on this journey, and I like dinosaurs. That's about it.
Great. And then we have the wonderful Eileen, who is sadly only one of the ladies who could contribute to the Stranger Things posters and all the other artwork that came out so far. But glad that you're here. I mean, we know each other, but always good to have you.
Fellow Germans know each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Hi, Eileen, also known as SG Posters. I had the privilege to be the cover. Make the cover of this beautiful book that you can still purchase. I also had a print with more art and hopefully more to come. So yeah, glad to be here.
Yeah, more with Moore. That's the topic today. Adam, we had you on last week, basically. So you're like a resident,
like a regular now.
Regular. Exactly. but give us some words, please.
Hi, I'm Adam. I've been illustrating for many years, but have recently broken into sort of doing more of the pop culture type stuff, and was lucky enough to be part of the poster posse and things like that. And Moore Art have got one of my Stranger Things prints out there, so it's all been good fun. It's been great to see sort of Moore Art come around from an interview I did with Keir back at the very start of his Moore Art section to now. So that's been great fun.
Yeah, thank you. And last but not least, Stephen.
Hi. So Stephen Sampson, a.k.a. the Dark Inca. Long story, but we'll miss that.
We will have to. We're going to lean into that a little bit, at least.
Okay. Yeah, also Poster Posse member, as a few of us are here, and also had a image in the Stranger Things book, Printed in Blood book, which is now available as a print at the Moore Art Gallery. So yeah, really happy to be a part of that, the launch.
Yeah, thank you for coming on, everybody. It's been a real pleasure to have you so far. And my first question would be, because all of you have at least a print out for at least for the gallery in general. Ryan is the only one who doesn't have a Stranger Things print, but we're gonna come back to you, Ryan, to your cool prints. And let's start out with the Stranger Things stuff. How did this happen? I mean, it is not really part of the Moore Art Gallery, but as you mentioned, and Aline showed us the book. What was this about? James, you want to take that, or when everybody who wants to jump in, let's jump in.
Yeah, I can start off. As I said, it was something that I was lucky to be a part of. Printed in Blood is like a fantastic opportunity, and the opportunities are still going on. So find those guys on social media and make sure, like, if you're an artist, you can contribute. And yeah, opportunities are great for that. But obviously, looking through the book, myself and Keir, it just seemed like a great opportunity for some people who hadn't put their prints out as a way of kickstarting the gallery, really. It seemed ideal. So we kind of like, we chose a diverse range of styles, a diverse range of artists to kind of launch us, basically. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been a great response so far.
How's it going so far then? Let's jump into that for. Are you satisfied with the print so far, and what the feedback from the community is so far?
Yeah, we've had really good feedback. We've had some great Google reviews. Guys, if you get a print, leave us a review. But yeah, the print quality is absolutely amazing. I've actually seen some now. And we've had really good response from that. Also packaging as well. People have been really chuffed because that's something you can get wrong very easily. But no, people have been like, "Oh, you're doing this the right way." So that's a good thing as well. That's really important to us.
How is it for basically? I mean, James, you were also an artist on your same project for this one, at least for the Stranger Things one. But for the rest of you, how was it going into that? I mean, it's a new gallery. You didn't know anything. You had it already in a book, your artwork. So how's it working with James and getting this opportunity to have it as a print?
It's been really good. I mean, we've worked with these guys before, not as Moore Art, but just in general, we're all part of the similar and same community group. So we've had days together, we've chatted, we've enjoyed each other's time, and we're all sort of on very similar wavelengths. Mm-hmm. So it was good to be able to sort of put something into the Moore Art Gallery and watch this sort of come together. Mm-hmm.
I just pulled up your print, Adam, by the way, and for the people to see. And how does it factor into the terms of what was a difference between the book version and the printed version in this case? Did you make a difference, or did you feel a difference in that way?
I didn't make a difference to the image, but there's definitely, when I made the book image, I wasn't making a poster. It wasn't going to be a poster. It was going to be, a page in a multiple book. It didn't need to have Stranger Things written across it and everything else, because it was what it was. It was just, you knew you were inside the Stranger Things book. You didn't need to be told every page. If I was to turn it into a print, I would have approached it differently if I was doing it that way. But it's nice that there's enough Stranger Things prints out with all the really great stuff that's already out there. Mm-hmm. So it was nice to take something that was more of a piece of artwork and see that sort of printed up and up on the wall. It was interesting because it's not how I would have naturally have approached it as a print for this, but it's nice because I suppose it stands out in a way because it's not a poster or a replica like that.
Yeah, I this was definitely one of my favorites from all the Stranger Things ones, and because it is so different from what everybody approached it in a poster way. And what would you say is your favorite part of the print?
Well, it's quite fun because when I sort of came up to doing this, I mean, it's from the episode The Bathtub where 11 flips the van.
Mm-hmm.
And I just had, originally when I was drawing it, I was going to draw it from the kid's perspective, watch the van go over the top. And then I thought, well, actually, wouldn't it be more fun to see from inside the van?
Mm-hmm.
And because I was at work at the time, I was thinking, okay, I need to get someone from behind. I tried to get someone to photograph me, and then I ended up just photographing a mate. So it's actually two of the same people sitting either side of each other. And the only reason I picked him was because he was wearing the right sort of jacket at the time. Mm-hmm. And I sort of like went, can you sit in your chair and look like you're falling? So we got a couple of good photos, sort of put them in. I thought, right, that's given me an idea to draw from. I've got two people. I've got an idea now. I'll build the scene around. And, you know, the nice thing about Stranger Things was it's full of all those lovely little 80s nods. Yeah. And that was sort of the best thing about being able to go, right, we've got this interior. We've got stuff flying around. I can sort of throw in those cassettes and little nods to what are they called, CB radio things, and just tie in all lots of little bits and pieces in there and just have a bit of fun with it.
I hope you still have those pictures of your buddies.
Of my friend falling.
Do you still have them or not?
Probably. They'll be in the reference folder somewhere.
Oh, you have a reference folder. Perfect.
Every job I do ends up with a big reference folder of
that's great
photography and imaging, scribbles, and all sorts.
Yeah, because I think I mentioned it on the podcast before, but George came up with the idea. I have to give credit to George here, where it's due. And he wanted to do a photo book of all, like, just not the movie poster, but the reference photo of the movie poster.
So just all your random Photoshop sort of mashups and scribbles all tied together.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be fun. George and I will work on that. So we will have yours then. That's you're going to be in there.
Find some really dodgy reference of my friend falling in a desk chair.
Yeah. Mark, you also mentioned already that you had a print. I pulled it up. What made you decide on your print? I mean, basically it's a playing card.
Yeah, it's. I was looking at Dungeons and Dragons and trying to come up with something different. And then obviously the playing card with the fact that everything's mirrored on a playing card and you've got the upside down and it's a dark mirror of Hawkins. That was my idea. And then I got very carried away with all the little details of when you look at the Dungeons and Dragons playing cards, there's lots of information and lots of production information on it. And I just got a bit carried away, really, and ended up spending a very, very long time on this poster because there were so many characters. I also tried to make sure that there was people that there was the blue, which is the upside down. They're the ones that were either died or were in the upside down. So my poster is a bit of a spoiler if you haven't watched the TV show.
Okay, people, don't look. Don't look
now. But that was the idea. It's great fun. I mean, it's one of my favourite shows of recent times anyway, so it was an easy job to do.
It also not just reminded me of like a Dungeons and Dragons card, it also reminded me of like playing cards, like regular, like for poker or whatever. Who would you say is the ace of spades in this deck?
Ooh. See, it's going to be 11, isn't it? I mean, I almost want to say the Demogorgon, but I'd say 11. I think.
But because I would have gone Demogorgon for the Ace of Spades and the Queen of Hearts, maybe 11, or the Ace of Hearts.
Right. Yeah, you could be right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the others.
The father could be the Ace of Spades, to be honest.
Yeah, that's also true.
Pop.
Yeah. Who would the others say? What would you put on the, like, which character would be what playing card?
Who's the Joker?
Who's the Joker?
I don't know. Who is the Joker?
Oh, that's a question. Okay. I don't know. Who is the Joker in this game?
I can't remember the kid's name now. The curly-haired one.
Yeah, I would say so too, yeah. He's Dustin.
Just Dustin.
Yeah.
Dustin.
Yeah. Other suggestions?
Ooh.
Nothing. Tough question. It's a tough question.
I'd have said the Jack as Hopper, but
that could also be, I mean, there are plenty of characters, but maybe there will be in the future. There will be a card set of Stranger Things by Mark Levy that I would definitely want to see that. Okay,
I look forward to that.
moving on to the cover. Eileen,
Yes.
pulled it up. It reminded me a lot of Nikola Tesla and Edison as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Same.
Okay, bye.
It was one of those things that I think I started like 2 days before deadline because lots to do, and I was very sure I wouldn't make it into the book because sometimes with minimal art it's the will it speak to people, blah blah, but then the nice people from Printed in Blood called and said, hey, by the way, you're up for against like 4 other people, not against, but they send in a couple of cover suggestions, and then mine was picked in the end. And I mean, I get it because it's so if you walk through a book store, you don't want. And as much as I love Adams as a book cover, so
it's
much
not a book cover.
would get lost. Yeah, it would be too much for the eye to take in. So I get that they went with something very striking, very, and that's what I tried. I mean, I tried to create something iconic, something that kind of makes or brings a couple elements together in one image. And I guess that worked in a way.
Yeah, I mean, you included a lot of cool stuff. I was thinking, what was the light bulb all about? But then I remembered it was the light bulbs on the wall so she could communicate with her son. Yeah, I remember now. But I was thinking there for a second. And it's a cool concept. Definitely worthy for the cover. And Steven, you have a really crazy one. You have a different style than the others we've seen before. Where was your idea? Are you very into horror and gore?
I was actually when I was thinking about doing this, I was actually rewatching The Shining.
I was just about to say, did you watch The Shining while you were doing that?
Well, yeah, not while I was doing it, but almost at the time I was thinking about doing it. And there's that Jack Nicholson stare, and then I kind of remembered that there was a scene where Eleven had that kind of stare, and then the bottom half of the image is actually it's the shadow side of the moon.
Oh, okay.
If you look closely.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You can sort of see the little craters and things. So it's like the dark side of the moon. So.
Okay, you know what I was seeing? I was seeing the whole time. That's why I was thinking The Shining, because it looks like the blood from the elevator.
Yeah, well, the way it's curving up, the way it's splashed up the walls. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. Maybe that was in there as well because of The Shining. So.
Yeah. So, where are you coming from, by the way? What is your angle here? You've been a Poster Posse member, and you've been doing art for a long time. You got so much art on your body. Is that where the dark inker comes from?
Yeah, I've been doing this a long, long while. I was a comic illustrator originally. I did 2000 AD Judge Anderson for a long time, and then I moved into the games industry. Well, when I was working in the game, at one point when I was working in the games industry, the studio I worked for was owned by Disney, and I, as well as doing the game stuff, I was freelancing in the evenings doing illustration stuff, and I did some stuff, and I got into trouble from Disney because it was a conflict of interest thing. So at that point, I created the Dark Inker and kept doing the stuff.
It's your alter ego. I see.
Yeah, so that Disney wouldn't know that I was doing stuff that they thought I shouldn't be doing, but I really wanted to do. So, yeah.
Clever.
And then I just got stuck with the Dark Inker, and it was like, do I change it back to my name or just the Dark Inker? Yeah.
And how was the decision on doing that? Is that still going on, or are you still working in the game industry, or having like the?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I guess a bit different from a lot of these guys. Yeah, I do. It's what I call the 9-to-5 job, although I do it from 6:30 till about 4:30.
Yeah,
and then,
home office these days, huh?
Yeah, and then after that, it's poster stuff, any other illustration stuff that comes in, and at weekends, yeah.
And would you ever make the cut? Basically, just go full on poster illustrator or something like that, or?
Well, funny enough, I was thinking about this at the end of last year and the beginning of this year, and then the world went to shit.
Yeah. Good thing you didn't, huh?
And then, yeah, kind of, you're right in a lot of ways, because, I mean, maybe not something that everyone thinks about, but, I get holiday pay and pension and sick money, and the company have been, obviously the games stuff just kind of went through the roof when we went into lockdown everywhere, because everyone, still buying games. So, so I'm kind of glad I didn't, and I think I'll stay as I am for a little while now. See how the world turns out.
All right. Okay. Thank you. And James, you are basically the last one that's on today. I pulled yours up, and talking about minimalistic. I mean. Yeah. There's one person who loves it very well, and that's Eileen, who had her door move. I don't know what happened there.
I have no idea, to be honest.
That was a bit.
No. Yeah, I see.
It's the cat.
No,
we're not starting the host, are we? We're not watching the version of the host.
A good twist.
Yeah, it was scary for a second. I thought Halloween is not today, so what's going on there? But yeah, Eileen has it up on our wall. We saw it. You can see it in the podcast. Yeah, James, your piece. Let's hear about it.
Yeah. So up until this point, I've been doing a lot of portraiture stuff, sort of like finding my way really. I've got a graphic design background, but it's the alternative poster scene that's kind of like got me into some illustration. So I was kind of doing a lot of portraits. With this one, I wanted to just like kind of challenge myself a little bit more. In the end, it ended up being a portrait, but I integrated graphic design elements into it just to give it a little bit more interest, just to basically use negative space. And then, that fizzy drink can, which is red and has that famous stripe. And yeah, the original also had, if you look at it was actually going to be similar to Adam's in a way. It was going to show the scene where the truck kind of like flips. So on the one at the bottom, we were going to have that scene where like there was going to be a miniature van kind of like turning over and the kids kind of cycling in front. And then there was also the scene on the one at the top that was going to be like the cliff edge. So I was going to do something around that, but I don't think I was just overcomplicating it. So I took it back in the end, and I think it works probably better, just keeping it really stark, really min.
Yeah, I was the first time I was seeing it on the wall at Eileen's. I couldn't see the details, and I was like, Is that an Ocean's 11 print you have up there? So that was definitely.
It's a zero. Learn your typography, Tom.
Yeah. I know. It was from far away. It looked like that. Come on.
I'll give you that.
So how much for how long do you want to do you want to do another season of this basically? Of the Stranger Things prints? Is that an idea you can do, or is it not possible in terms of because Printed in Blood has all the licenses, or how's that for you?
Yeah, so this was done off on the back of Printed in Blood being the sort of licensee, and we could do that on the back of the individual artists being able to produce the prints themselves. So it would be a case of us approaching Netflix as the licensor. Okay. And seeing if they wanted to do anything on the back of that. At the moment, it's not a plan, but if we get good feedback and people would want to do it again, or maybe use the same artist to see how they interpret something else. I'm not sure. It could be something we think about in the future. But yeah, it would be done differently. There would be more exclusive prints. They wouldn't go into a book, and they would made for print, as Adam was sort of suggesting earlier, instead of being art prints per se. They might be posted.
Yeah. Would everybody jump on board for that? Who did the first one basically?
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Okay, all yes, all across the board. Ryan would also jump on board, right?
Of course. Yeah.
There you go.
I missed out on the first opportunity, so
Yeah.
I would love to jump on the second.
Yeah, we have a couple more. I want to show them real quick. We're not going to talk in so much detail about them. I just pulled up the Adam Crockett one, which is also really different from the other ones, and it shows a scene from the second season for Stranger Things, and that's really interesting. We have Freya, who couldn't be here tonight. She was actually scheduled, and you can see definitely her style in that one, which is really cool and very detailed and has like this puppet master kind of vibe for it. I really like. And Lisa, who also couldn't make it today. This went in terms of the colors. I really enjoyed it, and it reminded me a little bit of Steven's style, but... that's
the prints on that are amazing as
well.
I
bet.
They're better in print than, I mean, most things are, but the colors are way more vibrant in print than they are even on a monitor somehow.
Yeah, it's always with prints. It's a lot. You have to have them in hand. If you think they look kind of cool, they definitely look way better when you have the print in hand, and that's definitely a rule of thumb for the people out there. So if you like the colors already, go out, grab them. It's definitely worth it to have them on the big screen. We have also Scott Woolson, who created a frame that needs to be framed, basically, and that's a very cool with all the details in the frame. Basically, the frame itself would be just lovely to have. So if there's going to be a wood carved version of that at some point in the future, I would definitely grab that one. And yeah, I think those are all the prints from the Stranger Things collection. But there came more art out, more art for more art, and that is Ryan's Mite. He did some very cool dinosaurs. I'm a big dinosaur fan. Already grabbed 2 prints, and but there's a whole set for it. I'm gonna pull that up, Ryan. How did this happen?
So the cotton candy dinosaurs kind of just came along as a midnight project one night because I couldn't sleep. Mm-hmm. As an illustrator, kind of similar to James, I over the past few years have, in my opinion, kind of a broad sense of style, and I'm still kind of feeling like I'm exploring exactly what it is I'm looking for as an artist that pertains to me. And sometimes I just get on these kind of like really quick whimsical sketches, which funny enough always seems to kind of like translate well when I do post it compared to something that I spent like 2 months on, which I think all of us kind of relate to in some regard. Like it, and when it's a dinosaur, then there's an added bonus to it. But literally one night I couldn't sleep. This was about 2 years ago, and just kind of created this series. It was sort of slightly inspired by, well, they are inspired by Jurassic Park, let's be honest. I'm a huge Jurassic Park fan, but at the time Fallen Kingdom had just come out. So if you look at the Brachiosaurus, there was that scene where they were leaving the island, and there's the volcano, and the dinosaurs all crying out, and supposedly that was the same Brachiosaurus that we saw in the first Jurassic Park, that was saying, "Wait, don't leave me," and then it dies. So
spoilers.
A lot of Jurassic Park fans cried over that scene. I was able to hold it back, but it was kind of inspired by that. But I just wanted to kind of just throw some saturation in there, and I threw it up on my website, and a lot of people were highly interested in it. And I met James. I had known James, but through the Poster Posse Protege program that was earlier this summer, we got to know each other better, and he had just asked about him, and I said, of course, have at him. So there they are. I'm glad that they're just kind of out there for more eyes to see, and they are one of my prouder projects. It's hard for me to kind of admire any of my work, but a lot of friends of mine have this artwork specifically in their kids' room, and that just kind of makes me have a warm, fuzzy feeling in my heart. So,
aww, so cute.
Yeah.
And are there more dinosaurs than this, or it's just the 5?
Currently, just the 5.
Are you gonna make
there's
more?
always been a plan. There's always been a plan to make more. When? Who knows?
Which ones would you like? What kind of dinosaurs would you want to tackle?
Oh, geez, I've got a list. I've got a lot of requests for T-Rex. Naturally, I would.
Pedactyli or whatever its name is, the flying one.
Oh, pterodactyl. Yeah, I probably need to get a flying one in there for sure. Man, the beauty about dinosaurs is there's just so many and a variation of species to choose from. So the mainstream audience kind of knows, like, you know, some of these, but it would be nice to kind of. I have my personal favorites that maybe some aren't familiar with.
I was just wanted to ask, what's your favorite dinosaur?
My personal favorite is a Parasaurolophus. It's the duck-billed dinosaur with the crest.
Okay.
Just Land Before Time, when that came out, was a huge hit when I was a kid. And Ducky was that character, and Ducky made me laugh. And I've always liked Parasaurolophus after that. But a strong second is the Dilophosaurus.
Yeah, same here. That's my favorite.
That's also my favorite print out of the 5. So.
Yeah, that's the one I got. I got the Velociraptor and I got the Dilophosaurus. What about the others, people? What's your favorite dinosaur?
Mine was Dilophosaurus as well. Had the Jurassic Park toy. It was brilliant. Just pull its little arm and job done.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that one's good.
I had that.
I found it the other day in the attic. Battery still works. Brilliant.
Nice.
What about the rest?
Triceratops for me. I got to see the actual one from the original Jurassic Park when I went to Universal Studios. It must have been a long time ago.
Okay.
And got to recreate the lying on the stomach scene.
Nice.
And, I was in love instantly.
Eileen, what's yours?
Also the Ducky one, because I was also a very big fan of Land Before Time. Mm-hmm. I do have, when I moved last year, I went through my attic, and I do have all the original stuffies from back in the 80s.
Nice.
They smell funny because they've been in an attic the entire time, but they're still there, still intact. So yeah, but Ducky is has always been like my go-to. I have no idea how to say that name in German, in English, but
Ducky.
Yeah.
No, the like the dinosaur, the race or the kind.
The race species.
The race.
We're Germans. Come on, we're Germans. What do you expect?
No, how do you say it?
Parasaurolophus.
Parasaurolophus.
Parasaurolophus. It's Parasaurolophus.
Mm-hmm. That one.
Exactly.
An extra vowel in there, but
yeah. And
wait, what's a stuffy, really quick?
Like a stuffed animal.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Like plush.
Do you guys remember Pizza Hut had a promotion at the time, and they were like these little puppets? I still have those, but
not here.
Just I know we had Pizza Hut before like 2000.
Yeah. I was trying to say I'm from East Germany.
Yeah, well, you guys didn't have anything.
Exactly. We didn't even have bananas. What are you talking about here?
Yeah, but there's no bananas in Jurassic Park.
That's true. Stephen, what's your favorite dinosaur?
Yeah, mine was Triceratops. I think because when I was a kid, I remember having a plastic one. And it just always stayed with me. And I love animals, creatures with horns. So, yeah.
There you go. Did your kid just bring it up, or?
I'd like to say yes, but no. These are mine. They sit on my desk, and.
Perfect.
Come with a little tree.
Yeah.
I do have a squirrel.
No, I don't have anything. I just have stuff behind me.
I have an 11.
Oh my god!
Oh, nice.
Now we're sharing toys.
Oh, that's awesome.
Toys.
I've got the very rare the Godzilla dinosaur.
Oh wow!
Nice.
What's that? Oh, Star Wars.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Battle droid.
Roger.
It does actually go, Roger, but the battery's dead. It's not as good as the old
Okay,
Just
so
Dance Toys battery.
is that the best segue ever, or
Yeah, it is. So we're gonna do toys in the future.
Oh,
geez.
Steven, that's
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
yeah?
That's the winner.
This is the original that came out when the film came out. I was still illustrating comics, and
Wow.
I was a friend with a toy collector, and they swapped me a Judge Anderson cover for an original Iron Giant toy. He swallows cars, his eyes lights up.
Oh,
That's
Beautiful.
cool.
I could go and grab my Thanos. It lights up the Infinity Gauntlet.
Nice.
Oh, here, hold up. I got something better for you. Hold up. See, I forgot about that. Look what I found. You got to aim for the head.
is that the swap? Like,
Yeah. The other one is like, "Rrr," and this one is just like, like regular. But
Just regular grumpy.
and also, look at this. Got also a gauntlet here.
Nice.
spare one
Nice.
because
Very small hand.
What's that, Aline?
a spare one just in case the other one breaks, or
No, this is I think this one has like you can like move all the fingers in this one. I could like give the finger,
ooh,
And the other one is just basically preformed, so I think you can grab something with it. And no, never mind. It's just a fist, like a real close fist, like when he just basically does like this, like the move, like this power move. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. But yeah, so toys. But
Yeah.
Toys.
see, I got some more stuff here. Let me. Got some more
I'm just
fun
looking at a
stuff here.
shelf of toys.
wait,
and thinking,
hold on.
No,
Oh.
yeah, look, I got a blaster. Like it's a K2SO blaster.
Hey,
Dustin.
Dustin.
Dustin, there you go.
Look, we've got two of the Stranger Things together.
Aw, at least something.
I've
is right
got
here.
original
I got it.
Kenner Rex from
Oh, wow, look at
1991.
that.
That's my childhood
Oh
right there.
shoot,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Wait,
This is with the real dino skin.
Oh, yeah, no, I had him. He's missing.
I got the
Is
bend
that
in
the
the
one with the
tail.
missing side?
No, that's the
Oh
Junior
wow.
check that.
Rex. That's got the
Oh, that's awesome.
dino damage right here. But if I put a battery in here, it'll continually roar. So like the voice box works, but it's kind of broken. So.
That's
This is
sweet.
from 1979. This is
Oh,
Oh, what?
Okay.
maybe 1980, but it's got sellotape holding the cockpit on.
That's awesome.
As old as me, the sellotape is pretty much.
there's one for Ryan.
There
Yes.
you go.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna.
One, and if you
Oh,
can,
the baby Yoda knitted.
if you can guess who this is,
Crazy.
Is that Mr. Freeze?
Apocalypse.
It's Bane. It's looks like Apocalypse, but it's not. He has a gun.
Is that from Earthworm Jim? Oh, wait.
Harry Potter.
no.
It's the Omen.
There's, it's Umbrella Academy.
Oh.
Now, yeah, 5.
Had the others back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
That makes more sense now.
I get the lightsaber here, Obi-Wan
That's so
lightsaber,
tight.
That's like the smallest
and
lightsaber.
also it's a lot lightsaber hilt. What are you talking about? So and I got this Tatooine binocular thing.
Wow.
That's actually.
But yeah, that's the stuff I don't have to get up for. So
Oh no, he's opening the
yeah. I got also a couple Obi-Wan exchange hands.
I was going to get out the big lightsabers, but
Okay, good. That's so.
Ooh, I like that.
I mean, it's a good segue for what I'm going to talk about next. It's the Star Wars art that just came out from the gallery, and we have 2 different prints. There's the first one by Travis Knight. Was it right?
Travis Knight.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he did a risograph, right?
Yep.
It's a
Risograph.
really, really cool thing. It comes with its own 3D glasses, and there's this GIF I also prepared for that, so you can see both ways. I like this scary-looking skeleton in there. It's amazing.
Yeah.
That's probably how much. That's like how most of them felt when like the X-wing popped up behind them. So, I think that's a really cool piece and a really cool idea to do the 3D ones. And I think I felt like was it Vice Press? Somebody copied that idea.
They didn't copy it, obviously, but we almost put this like a week later, and then they would have been out pretty much the same time.
Yeah.
So that would have been really, really weird, or would have been accused of copying or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had a 3D print for their horror series.
Yeah.
Which you put them on, and it would actually be slightly 3D. Whereas ours is, you close one eye, you see one thing, you close the other eye, you see the other part of it. So it's slightly different. But it was weird when that happened, when it was like, it never happens, and all of a sudden within a week, you've got 2 galleries putting out prints with those old specs.
Yeah, it's a fun thing, and it's also very cool that you you bought, or the gallery bought the license for the Stormtroopers. What can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, sure. So it's with a company called Shepperton Design Studios, which is run by the guy who built the original Stormtroopers and a few other characters as well. So they hold a license for everywhere except USA, unfortunately. So that's been a real problem in that regard. But
I mean,
there are ways around it. You've got poster buddies.
Exactly.
You've got friends in the UK. We've got a group on Facebook, and that's already happened. Like, some people have been very kind in grabbing prints for people in the US, so that's cool.
Yeah, that's a very good thing. The poster buddies there are a couple of good people out there who help out with cool releases, especially when, I mean, they can return the favor. Obviously, there are, like, Mondo does a lot of gallery work that is limited to just North America, so that helps out the other way, definitely. And you also did some more work for the Stormtroopers, and I really, really love this one by Luke Precy, and he just knocked it out of the park with this Stormtrooper. Only thing, I told him, I gave him a little critical note. I know artists don't want to hear that, but I had to say it, because when you look at this is the foil I just pulled up, and this is the regular here. And then there's also the variant. And I really love the variant because the color is fitting for Tatooine and the double suns in the background. And then I said, hey, when you put the blue version on, or the foil version, why not make it the background, change it to Hoth?
that would have been good. Like, I'll have to get you in during the approvals process, Tom.
Yeah, that would be appreciated. you know how much I like Star Wars. That's why I got Tatooine binoculars in my drawer here. But yeah, that's and I also mentioned, I don't know if like other people out there, so like leave it in the comments, people. But I bothered James so much now that I really want to see a zombie trooper a la Red Harvest novel from the extended universe, and those zombie troopers are amazing. There's a couple busts out, I heard, for the zombie troopers, and I think I saw them before, but no poster or artwork in that regard. And I think that's definitely something Halloween would need, a zombie horror stormtrooper.
That'll be Halloween 2021.
Yeah, there you go, people. You heard it here first. If James is not going to make it happen, he didn't buy enough prints.
Everyone needs to leave a comment and make it like a thing, because at the moment it seems like Tom's,
hashtag
zombie trooper.
But every time I said it, I don't know if people are just nice. Every time I said it, they were like, "Oh yeah, that's a great idea. Let's do this." So people, don't back out on me. You're also in here. I can see your faces, even though if you don't think I can.
Zombie trooper. Okay.
Zombie trooper. That's what it is.
Well, I was kind of surprised that they went with Travis's with the skull.
Yeah.
That's something that Lucasfilm.
In what regard?
Wouldn't have. Yeah, I don't. You wouldn't have got a stormtrooper with a skull inside.
Disney. Okay,
so, that's another good thing about these particular licenses. It seems like we can stretch the Star Wars kind of universe a little bit, which is a really good thing.
Yeah, and is that, by the way, because I was wondering for a second, because technically it's not a stormtrooper, it's a TIE pilot.
Yep. Yeah, that one is. So we've got rights to a few different characters, and you'll be seeing that in the releases that we have coming up. So that one is a TIE. Yeah. I think we have to refer to it as an Imperial pilot.
Imperial pilot.
Yeah.
Okay. What else can you say that already? What kind of characters you can do?
Zombie Trooper.
What?
Zombie Trooper.
Zombie Trooper.
Zombie Trooper, of course.
There you
Sorry,
go. Already worked. Perfect.
Yeah, that's canon, right?
Hashtag.
Hashtag zombie trooper.
We can do Tusken Raider, which will be quite interesting.
What?
Wow, yeah.
Of course.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know if people can see it, but it's there. It's somewhere over there. It's the troop, the Tusken Raider. I got it.
So that might. I mean, that would have been good to get something in during the Mandalorian. But things haven't moved quick enough on that. But yeah, there's a few other characters. There'll be some surprises, some artist surprises as well. Before Christmas.
Oh my god! And that's.
This?
Yep.
He's something. Who? I want to know.
Yeah, you're a big boss tonight, remember? So
I'm Big Boss.
Yeah.
Okay. Well. Yeah.
Come on, say it. It's a special episode. Come on, it's an
We've got-
exclusive.
Say their first name. That'll just.
If I give the first name, then it's not what they call themselves. It's a bit like a Dark Inca Steven situation.
Okay,
So his first name is Chris.
that's the artist who is doing it, or is that the
There's far too
character?
many Chris's out there. What's the second name? What's their middle name?
Chris Thornley.
I think
Mother's
that's
name.
it.
So we'll have a
Begins with R.
yeah, exactly. There you
Yeah,
go.
begins with R and ends in a 1.
But yeah, okay. So
And
much.
you never said it, so you're cool.
Yeah, that's right. I'm not...
He didn't.
So much speculation. Okay, I'll leave it at that.
It's not well. I mean, the ink is only just dried, so anything can happen
Anything can happen. That's true.
in the world of approvals.
It is what it is. But hopefully we're going to see some cool stuff with some more characters. I'm really excited about that. And I think that's also one of the things that that people mentioned before. And I think that's what I always want, different sizes of prints. And I could definitely see a very cool series with like the side characters of Star Wars in that regard. And I mean, you can see in behind me here, there's so much going on, and there is different sizes of prints in this kind of style. And so I'm almost glad if there are different sizes. And how's that for you, James? Or how's it for everybody? How do you like, or do you always want to work in 24, 36?
Small.
No, smaller would be great.
Yeah.
It's cheaper to print.
What,
For sure.
what's
I
your
mean, people tend to say smaller. We set up the gallery with the idea of doing smaller prints and not wanting to go above 18, 24. But then we sort of have asked people again, and there seems to be this sort of collector community who will only buy now the 24-36.
Yeah, I had that.
It's a weird split. It's a weird.
I had that on a print as well. I wanted to sell one of my prints, and I wanted to let it go. And then this guy was like, "Yeah, I really love this print." And I said, "Yeah, it's a great print. I'm kind of sad to let it go, but I needed some funds." And then the person asked me what size it, and I said, "Yeah, it's 18 by 24." And he was like, "Oh no, I just collect 24 by 36. Otherwise, I would have bought it." And I was like, "Why would you miss out on art just because of the size? That's ridiculous."
Yeah.
It's interesting that you say, well, it's not interesting. I think that's the point right there is especially with the world that we're all engaged in with the alternative movie posters and just pop culture scene, that the point of it is that it is pop culture and it's pop art and it's art in the sense. And I think people kind of forget that that's the breakaway. Like we are breaking away from the traditional, I mean, not that it's bad in any way, but the 24 by 36 is the set Hollywood standard. And if, galleries like 1988, where you kind of see this huge variation in size and pieces and like, we forget that art can be 12 by 13 or smaller.
But I think that the difference is like when it comes like the regular poster sizes are 27 by 41.
Yeah.
So looking at that, it's not 24 by 36. So
It's also so different from country to country. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Always talk American sizes, but they don't matter for the European.
It's basically American
Thank
sizes.
God for IKEA.
Yeah.
Well, exactly. I mean,
It's the only place you can find an American size framing these days.
that's basically it. We made sure that we were doing stuff that you could. It kind of fits in both sides of the pond. So we've kind of locked down a couple of sizes which are kind of, they're not A3 plus, but they're a little bit over. I think it's 20 by 16. So it's, you know, it's smaller than what maybe these serial collectors are collecting, so it won't quite fit into their collection, but it will be easier to frame on both sides of the pond. You know, IKEA do them, you know, Walmart will do them. Just trying to make it a little bit more accessible and trying to get more art on walls as opposed to just in, you know.
But in the end, if it's not super big, even if you get the 24 by 36, you can get a frame for that. Like do what is it, 100 centimeters by 70 or whatever. It fits in there, but you have to get a mat. And but I mean, if the sizes are always anyway smaller, then you can just easily get a mat. That's just what, $10-15 or whatever to get that cut if you don't cut it yourself.
Yeah, but the thing is, you know, the more accessible you make it, the more people you have to sell you. Like that's the one part that I always, you know, why I advocate for smaller sizes as well, because it's first of all, not everyone has the wall space to put up that much, you know. Not everyone likes like the collage style that you, for example, or you know. So it's like some people just prefer smaller prints. So I very, very much appreciate we do have, you know, different sizes here and with more art as well. Like it's just, you can cater for people like that.
I mean, that's definitely the idea. What would people think to, or what do people think to having sort of different editions? So the same print, but at 2 print sizes. So you split the editions with 2 different print sizes. I mean, it's something that other galleries don't seem to do, but we've heard a few people in our Facebook group as well. Like we've had someone suggesting that. What would people's thoughts be on that?
I'd be up for that, definitely. Yeah, great.
Does licensing have any say in terms of what size you can print at?
No one we've been working with yet. That kind of is in our hands. There's some studios that we might work with next year who, you know, it might take a little bit longer, and they might say, no, we need this as one distinct print to mark an anniversary or something like that.
Sure.
Yeah, down the line it could be an issue, but certainly with some more like original work, it just seems like trying to make this as accessible as possible to people. And you know, if you're putting something bigger and then something a little bit more accessible with wall space in mind, it might be something that we try.
Yeah, that's great.
I mean, I've got a very small shop that used to sell A4. I used to keep it to metric A4, A3, and A2. I stopped with the A4 because I didn't sell one A4. I was probably 80-20% to the A2 would be the 80%, and A3 would be the 20. And I would think the same as you. A2, once you've got it framed, it's a very big amount of wall space you're giving up there, but it seems to be what people want. That's very small, A4.
Fast size A4.
The only
didn't sell any A4.
The difference, I think that the difference is here because like sometimes when you get those smaller prints, they don't feel that way in terms of in their hand they're made in a different way, I would say. But if you would like, I don't know, if you would do screen prints like that way, then I think it would make more sense to have it for the people out there. And then in that regard, having the, I mean, I have a small, I think it's a handbill for Guardians of the Galaxy by Matt Ferguson, and this came as a screen print, and this has a total different feel. This has a different value, and I can understand putting that on my wall instead of just like a high glossy print I get like as an exclusive for the IMAX Star Wars thing. I mean, the one was still by who did it? Dan Mumford. I think Dan Mumford did it, and he did a cool job. But I just don't like the print, and I don't like to put it up in that way.
It also depends on the artwork. So, I mean, some artwork has, for instance, Adam's had so much detail in it. We couldn't really go any smaller than the 50 by 40 centimeters. That was the largest print.
Yeah. That size, you might just be able to read the copy on the.
Yeah, but that's exactly what I wanted to put across because you know, time and effort has gone into that, that copy. So that's part of the art, and that should be seen. So that's another thing as well.
Yeah, not
You
everything.
have to kind of decide before the art is made and brief the artist and say that we want to do it at this size.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. That's a good point. But you also did some other artwork for the gallery. I still don't know how to pronounce his name, but I used it as the cover art. I mean, we looked at it before, and
Giuseppe.
what's that?
Giuseppe or Giuseppe?
No. Giuseppe, I could have done. Italian, I know, but
Muragaya.
Muragaya. Okay, that's how you pronounce it. So yeah, what's the deal with that? I have no clue what I'm seeing there.
I think that's the point. Like,
That's art.
yeah, that's art, man.
But I mean, he's a Welsh Sri Lankan artist. He lives in London, and yeah, he does crazy stuff. But then let me ask you, where are your wine glasses, by the way? And let's interpret this piece of art. But what do you see in there? Does that's the rest while you add it, go to the More Art Gallery and open it up, so you can also maybe have a guess what we are seeing here. But James, what is your interpretation?
Well, I always obviously think of Clockwork Orange with the face mask and the protruding instrument.
Good word usage.
Yeah, I mean, I never really look into it. I see this piece always as a whole. It's just like, here's some color, crazy, like it hits you, and I don't know. I feel kind of like pretty happy every time I see it. It's just like, oh, there's some color.
Yeah,
we could do with that right now, to be honest.
That's all of his work, though. Like whenever something, because I'm following his work for a couple of years now too. It's happy. That is the one word that comes to mind when I see his work. Whenever it's on my timeline on Twitter or whatever, it's just happy.
it's like
just,
ecstasy, LSD, something in there.
yeah, it's awesome.
Very much.
Good.
He's been making, like, in my opinion, much bolder design choices and illustration choices over the past couple of years, and I think that they have paid off extremely well.
Yeah.
They have this, as a lover of color, I appreciate everything that he does, but I think that they're like things that I would be scared to normally do, or take that risk on. And I think he just has like this kind of whimsical, I think he just has fun with it when he creates art, and it has, not only just with his colors, but with his line work, and there's a curvature to it.
Yeah,
I hate comparing his work to James Jean, but it separates itself so much in his colors and in what he is actually illustrating. Because I adore James Jean, but I think that he separates himself and has separated himself over the past couple of years to become just a really known well artist, and it's easily identifiable. But exactly that.
James, do you know what it says there? On the left side,
Where?
are those letters? I mean,
Oh no, I have no idea. But again, like that's for me, like that's not important. They're almost like, lines. They look like letters, but they might not even be letters. It's a whole to me. Like it's just it's infectious.
okay.
Yeah.
And how would I frame this?
Like it's
In a frame, it's 50 by 50.
I would have to get a round mat.
There you go. Exactly. No, not at all. It's a square print, 50 by 50.
Okay.
So you can grab. Again, like it was sized. You can get 50 by 50 frames from IKEA.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I got a Thanos 50 by 50 over there.
There you go. Buy this and swap it out.
Yep, exactly. My point. But I was wondering, but can they cut round mats? They can, right? At the framers.
Sure, they could. You just get one of those sort of.
I wanna.
Stick thing in the middle and cut it out.
Yeah, I think because like to have like a black background would also be very cool. I think to make the colors even more pop.
Yeah, look nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. I might, if I have some more money, I will might grab one.
There's too many good drops at the moment. That's the problem.
What's it? Yeah, it's ridiculous. New York Comic Con was again.
and there's more to come.
Yeah, I know. The weekend is not even over yet. I'm scared. I already prepared the release edition for next week. I talked to Matt Ryan Tobin, and I prepared the releases. I think I have 40 releases that I have to cover.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Challenge on.
Yeah,
It's a long show.
I also pulled up something. Viet An Cao.
Oh yeah, An, yeah.
Yeah, what's I have never heard of her. Is that correct?
It's a he.
It's a he. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but where does this come from? Why is the food so delicious? Where can I get some?
Well, you can get it in Japan, but unfortunately, because of COVID, his trip to Japan was cancelled. So he decided to draw the food that would have been eaten instead. But I kind of saw this as a sign of the times a little bit, and again, the colours are just amazing. I really like An's style.
Where are the 5x5 or 6x6 for this one? So
he sells that on his
he does
on his imprint. Yeah.
Okay, I have to check that out because I'm always looking for good prints for the kitchen.
There you go. Yeah, this is a perfect kitchen print, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, there's this one or these ones and the ones that Mike Mitchell does, the running food stuff or the food fighters or whatever they're called.
They're good.
They're also very funny and very good food related for kitchen ideas. So yeah, people, get your food on. Is he gonna do more canceled trips?
Depends how long COVID goes on for, I guess.
He better.
I wouldn't want to book anything. It's a bit of a fool to do so.
Is he also doing in that regard what I want to say, movie posters? Yeah, there you go.
He does a lot of gaming stuff. Like some of his Final Fantasy stuff is amazing. Like, definitely check this guy out. He's super good.
How did you get in touch with him? How did it happen? Do you know him before? Or?
Yeah, so it's through Poster Spy. I think we met at a Poster Spy meetup in London.
Okay. Oh, okay.
He's in the community for a while already. Like, I've known him forever.
I think I heard the name, but I never knew really what he's about. So, getting educated. There you go.
Definitely. I guess it's because it's not so much movie poster stuff. It's more, different kind of pop culture influences with
Exactly. Okay. So we talked a lot about movie posters and stuff, but what's and we had little ideas of what's in the future, but what's in the future for everybody in general? Not only with Moore Art, but Mark, what's up next for you?
Well, a few more Printed in Blood posters coming up. There's some really nice projects Steve's got going with that, which I'm very excited about. My day job, I'm a bit similar to Stephen. I've got a 9-to-5 job, which is keeping me very busy at the moment, which is good. And I've just started getting into 3D sculpting on the iPad.
Okay.
Which has been, since the weekend, I've been obsessed with.
What do you build?
It's just monsters and whatever, anything that I can just mess around with on the sculpting app.
Okay, cool.
There's two. One's called Forger, and there's a very new one called Nomad. And they're just so fast, and they're just so easy to pick up and learn.
Great.
So I've literally since the weekend, I've been obsessed with it. I've been doing nothing but silly monsters on that.
Yeah.
It's been great fun.
Ryan, what's up next for you?
I've got a couple of projects in the works, at least until the end of the year. Also want to get on board with the Printed in Blood projects as well, if I have time. But I don't know, and I think like this is the first time I've ever been able to say, like, I don't know if I can say what I'm
NDA.
It's but I'm excited, and you will see hopefully more stuff.
Yeah. Steve, what's Steve, what's up for you?
I'm currently working on an illustration for NASA.
All right. Is it going to fly to space as well, or?
No, I did something for them a couple of years ago. It was an illustration that went on the side of a mobile laboratory, went right around both sides of the truck. So this time it's more connected with the International Space Station and a TV show that they're doing. So
No way, you got that?
well,
they asked me for pricing and stuff.
Fight.
It's fine. Like this stuff happens all the time. Like I see projects popping up or other people like come to me saying, "Oh, I got an inquiry for that." Blah 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 blah. So it happens all the time that you hear from projects because you get so many emails, throughout the year asking.
Yeah. I think also I got it through. It kind of came through the connection that I had from NASA before, so maybe they eventually, I don't know. But anyway, I'm doing that at the moment, and the printed in blood books. I've done one for one, and there's another one just announced, I think, almost. So I'll be jumping on that. Yeah.
All right, perfect. Adam, what's up? What's up for you? What's next for you?
Well, I've had fun today starting that one that's just coming, maybe being announced, which was a nice break because I'm doing a few commissions at the moment that can't really talk about.
Private commissions or?
They're just private ones, but there's one that involves some like 28 characters. So I'm kind of I keep picking it up, keep starting it, and going. That one, that's a pretty project over there. Let's play with that one instead. Because every time I get to it, it's sort of like, where do you start? So I'll break the back of that one. But I've just come off quite a busy lead up. I've had sort of 3 or 4 projects ahead of me each time, and I finally got to the stage where it's calmed down. I've managed to push a lot of that through, and I've only got a couple of things ahead, so it gives me a bit of freedom to maybe break in a couple of the printed in blood books and other things. So the fun projects on the side that you can enjoy, not necessarily the ones you bill for at the end.
Eileen, what's up for you?
I do have a print coming out with Spoke Art for
that's right.
For the Halloween
Finally,
show.
Another print of you.
Yes, for The Craft. My favorite movies.
Is it exclusive now, or did you announce it somewhere else already?
No, I already teased it on Twitter, but it was like a minor, tiny teaser. So yeah, that's coming Halloween. There's very exciting stuff. Unfortunately, NDA, but very big. That's also coming later this year. Amazing project. Like I'm wrapping up a few things. Then I'm going to rehab because I did have surgery in the summer, and now I'm going to rehab to work on my back a little more. So wrapping everything up before that happens in November, and then the year is over.
Yeah, and don't forget, that's what we're going to throw in here, people. Posse-Palooza, October 31st is going to be a big thing.
Halloween, right?
Do it.
We do have some awesome stuff.
Yep. You will be excited. Tune in for the IG lives beforehand. You will get some teasers. It's going to be fun. But James, what's up for the gallery? I mean, we heard some cool Tusken Raider prints are incoming and other cool artwork. And what else is happening?
Well, immediately after this, I've got to send off some pins. So we've got some soft enamel pins coming out. Just had one through from Bella Grace, so that
that's
needs
nice.
to
She
get,
had also
I guess on
she had also today. She had a Back to the Future print coming out for Zavi Gallery that looks also very cool.
That's it. Yeah, she did a pin for that as well.
Yeah.
So I said today, she made another little pin as well, which she showed me. She's becoming the pin queen of all of a sudden. It's she's really good at it.
Perfect.
As well as making posters. Yeah, we've got exciting stuff coming up. I don't know what I can say, what I can't say. Well, I'll just won't say.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's fair enough. But
it's exciting.
If you can say something, we will definitely have it on the podcast here. So stay tuned for that. And is there anything else, guys? You want to shout out people? Want to say something to the world? Now is your time before we have to go. Okay, quiet.
Wear a mask. Enjoy, world.
Wear a mask, yes.
Yeah, love one another, please.
Yeah.
do something nice to someone.
Alrighty. Thank you guys for coming on. It was a pleasure talking to you. It was fun. And we will definitely have some encounter in the future. So I'm definitely sure of that. And yeah, More Art Gallery. Good luck to you guys. I will keep my eye on you. And you will also always be covered in the release podcast episodes. And yeah, this is it from me. And thank you for everybody out there viewing today and listening, of course. And we will see each other next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.